Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look at the super conqueror. It is super indeed. I absolutely love this tank. In fact, I prefer this tank than the chieftain. You got the Chieftain Mark 6. I prefer this tank over the Chieftain, and there's one reason for that, and that is because of the turret. The turret is so strong. In fact, there is not a lot of weak points in the turret at all. Whereas the Chieftain, you have the hatch, which can actually be HE'd. So the Super Conqueror hold down, it doesn't have as good DPM. The armor profile on paper isn't as good as the Chieftain, but it's, I mean, you see here straight away, nearly 1200 block damage, 1500 block damage. We're yet to take any hit points, and the enemy are going to actually result in to shooting HE like very soon, because they just cannot pen me in this position. It's got spaced armor also. It's got spaced armor like everywhere around it. There's so much spaced armor this tank has got, which you can see in the thumbnail. All the pink, it's amazing. It really is. Now the turret is only 280 millimeters, but it does feel much better than that. And of course, it's got the 10 degrees of gun depression to go with that. The upper plate is basically spaced armor. You have the side of your turret, the wing things, whatever they are, that's spaced armor. The tracks are spaced armor. There is so much spaced armor on this tank, and it really makes it a fantastic tank. Now there's not much I can bounce when there's a YOLO E3 that comes straight forward. I mean, that's a very heavily armored tank with a good gun, and the only thing I can really do now is just hide behind these this thing here, these crates and these walls. So I'm just going to wait here. There's no point. I'm a one shot to this E3 now, so I'm just going to wait. You know, I'm going to keep him spotted. I'm going to just wait for him to shoot, or my team to come, and then I can get a bit more damage. But you know what? Even if I die now, I feel that I've done my job. You know, I bounced 1500 damage. I noticed the opportunity of him turning around, so I do now put him down to a one shot. But there is the M6 Yo over there, which I'm pretty scared of. I get the bounce, and I'm not angled as I should be, so I do get penetrated. But you can see there, I get another bounce. So now I've blocked 1400 damage. I'm on 4.2k damage. There goes the E3, but as he goes, then the Yo just rushes me, misses his first shot, so I want to get really close to him. There's his second shot. I think he's got the 3 shells. I just want to bounce one more shot, and I do bounce that shot. So we get that guy down to a one shot. If we can high roll, we don't really want to ram him because we are a one shot. Hopefully I get to reload before him. You can see it's very troll, this guy. Unfortunately, we do low roll, and we do die. But you know what? I think we had a pretty good game there. 2.1k block damage, and we end on 5.2k. And we're going to just finish it up here. We do win the game, and that was only enough for a second class. I thought, you know what? I did my job there. I was front line. I absorbed all the shots for my team, and I mean, 5.2k damage, but you know, it was only worthy of a second class. So next up, we're going to watch Warrior Simon. Simon, he is in the Conqueror, of course, and this game just goes to show that how good this tank can perform. Now, this tank is for sale. It should be for sale. If it's not for sale, then Wargaming have changed it, and hopefully one day it will come back soon. It's not a tank that regularly comes in the game. Now, there was a rumor that the tank was for crates. Now, as my understanding, it is for sale for gold, 20,000 gold or 25,000 gold for the camo and the full equipment. Now, if you have credits, then I would just go for the 20,000 gold bundle and then buy the camouflage separate, which is around 3k or something like that. So I wouldn't bother going for the 25k bundle. The 20k is enough. And when I say this, the price, I mean, it's a pretty standard price, as I always say, for a tier 10. Usually it is around 20k gold. Once a tank has been for sale for a few times, then it does come for sort of 15k gold. Other than that, you don't get cheaper than 15k gold for a tier 10 tank. Now the enemy are pushing. He's just backing up. Now he's not going to get in the way, which is great play. He's great play. He see the danger. He see the mini-map. He see that the majority of his team are by the A cap. So he's just backing up. He's hiding behind this E75. That was a nice track there from the E75 to the 263. Our guy Simon was then able to get a shot on him. And now he just has some side shots. You know, he's not in the best of positions, but he's in a better position than he was at before these started pushing. So he is able to get these shots off. The E75 now is down to a one shot, and I love the fact that he's just using this E75 as pretty much armor before this this 263 comes along, and he's just now hiding behind the building. And I love that. He's a competent player. He knows how to play, and I always say, if you're a good player, if you are a good player and you can't get into a sort of hold down position or anything like that, use your team's hit points, like use your team as armor. And that's exactly what he was doing there with the E75. The E75 wasn't in the best of positions. You know, when you can always tell if a tank if a player is good, usually just by the positioning they get into. And so what he was doing was just using his the hit points of his E75. The E75 was in a bad position anyway, so if he's in a bad position, why not utilize on that and hide behind him to get yourself into a good position? So 1 second you're in a bad position in the open, and the next you're in the same position, but you're sort of hiding behind a tank that is taking the shots. And of course, when he's taking the shots, they're on a reload, so you're able then to farm a little bit of damage. I'm not saying everyone do this. If you're a sort of 30-40% player, then I wouldn't recommend using your team, especially if you're sort of using the best player in your team. He might be a 60% player as cover. It should be the other way around. At least we know that the 60% player is able to carry in this situation. But I'm not saying always do it. I'm not saying always do it. There's certain situations where you may need to do it, and there's other situations where you could just hit point share. You know, if you're both in bad positions, maybe you take a couple of shots if they are a decent player as well. If you're both decent players, maybe you take a couple of shots and then sort of hiding behind him so he could take a couple of shots, and then vice versa. You do you sort of repeat it, so you hit point sharing, in fact, so no one is focusing the same target. So now stupidly this pattern decides to go over over the tracks, and now our Super Conqueror can just get close to him. The reload, as we know, is still really good. The DPM 2800 isn't the best of heavies, but it's still pretty good. And because it is a British tank, it does have that high pen hesh as well, 110mm on the HE. You can run calibrated shells to bring that up to sort of 120ish. It's totally up to you, but other than that, the tank is a very, very good tank, and definitely one to think about purchasing if you've got the gold in your garage, on your account, and you're like, okay, I'm going to save the gold for something. The Super Conqueror is a really, really, really good tank to own. It's super. So nice game there, Simon. Thank you for sending me that replay in. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Again, Super Conqueror is a fantastic tank, and it is a good addition to your garage. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye. With